Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody's favorite series, Cop or Drop. In this series, if you're brand new, we go through all of the bowling deals on the internet and try to give you guys the best deals on any equipment, bags, or shoes that are out there. We're trying to get you guys a deal on a lot of this equipment. Bowling can get pricey. Things are kind of hard right now. So this is a good way to be able to get some stuff for a little bit cheaper. And what I do is I help you out and determine, is it worth picking this product up? Or should you skip it and move on and try to find a different one? These videos are sponsored by Bowling.com. Big shout out to them. They're over in the left corner. We have a couple deals for you guys, a couple of codes that you can use to try to get a little bit of money off on their amazing website. Their link is going to be down below in the description. But we are going to cover 6 different categories of bowling balls and what the best deals on the market are right now. And then we're going to cover bags and shoes at the very end. So make sure to tune in all the way until the end. Now, this one is not as electric or amazing as our Labor Day sale, for example, because we are before Black Friday. We're kind of in that awkward point of the year where things are still full price, but Black Friday is right on the horizon, which is crazy to say that Halloween just ended. So in a couple of weeks, we will have a special edition of Cop or Drop where we cover all of the Black Friday deals that are going on. Now, for this one, there are no Black Friday deals. These are pre-Black Friday deals. So while they are still some deals going on, there really just aren't as many. So don't think you're going to be able to get something absurd for $60 or anything quite yet. Just wait until Black Friday and we'll see what the deals look like. But let's get into our strong and smooth category kicking us off. We have 3 bowling balls on this deal, and they are all Brunswick bowling balls. You're going to notice a lot of Brunswick products this time. There's very few of anything else, if almost any. Starting off, though, we have the Hypnotize, the Criterion, and the Rally. The Hypnotize and the Criterion are both at $140. Again, amazing price that we talked about in the past couple of months. Really good price for a bowling ball that is this strong. These are both strong asymmetrical bowling balls, and usually these balls range around $200. Both of these balls were $190 when they first released, but I assume the Criterion's getting discontinued soon. Same with the Hypnotize. They aren't gone yet, but I'd assume they will be soon, so that's why you're seeing these $140 prices. Amazing, amazing steal of a deal for these kinds of bowling balls because, like I said, you're usually paying 50 to 60 bucks. Now, if you had to pick one, I'd go Criterion. The Criterion likes to play a little straighter. It likes to be more of that true asymmetrical slow bowling ball. While the Hypnotize was a cool ball, I like the IZE series or the EYES series. The Hypnotize was kind of the ugly stepchild of the bunch. It just wasn't as loved as the Mesmerize, the Vaporize, and now the Energize. It's still a good ball. It's like a smoother Energize or just a little quicker Mesmerize. So if you like that series, this might be a good time to be able to pick up the Hypnotize. I doubt that ball gets any cheaper than this. This is very cheap for a ball that's this strong. And then finally, we have the Rally on the right. This is the lowest price this Rally has been at $160. This was a ball that got zero love from the Brunswick marketing team. It just didn't really get any see the light of day after it got released, unfortunately. I think that's because it is C300. Brunswick doesn't really post them much. But $160 is a good price. Really strong ball, a little bit quicker than the other two on the screen. I would recommend waiting on this one until the price goes even lower. It's not discontinued yet. It's only been out for a couple of months, so I think it could get a little lower. It could get down to that 140 range that the Hypnotize and the Criterion are at. Those are our strong and smooth balls. This category, nothing too crazy, nothing amazing, nothing you need to write home about. Strong and sharp, little bit different story. The Theorem, I wanted to add the Theorem on here because it isn't gone yet. I assume it's going to get discontinued soon. The love for that ball has just kind of petered out. It is down to $150. This is a bowling ball similar to the Attention Star where when it gets discontinued, it's going to go quick. The Attention Star was not on the market for very long. Prices didn't go down on that ball. It really just kind of vanished once it discontinued. The Theorem is going to be similar, $150 right now. That's probably going to be the best price that you see that bowling ball for. So if you're a lover of the Theorem line, this would be a good time to be able to pick one up before they're gone forever. Then the One Reverb is on the right. This is another ball that is generally well liked. Just again, zero love from the Brunswick community on this ball, just because it kind of got overshadowed by a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of bowlers that like it, but the sales just weren't that great. $140 for a really, really strong asymmetrical pearl ball, if you love strong cores, that is going to be a ball for you. Out of these two, I'd recommend the Theorem pickup before the One Reverb pickup. I'm not a big fan of the One series, but there's a lot of people out there, a lot of viewers who actually love that series. So if you are, I'd recommend picking this one up also before it gets discontinued for good. Let's move on to more of the bread and butter of this video, the medium and smooth category. We have a couple bangers on here. The GB5 Solid down to $120 again. This ball just keeps jumping. It keeps jumping between that $120 and like $140 price range. We're back down to $120. The ball is still in production, has not been discontinued, so crazy to see a ball this strength level being this cheap. If you need a cheap bang for your buck medium smooth ball, GB5 Solid is going to be the right play. Right next to it, however, is going to be the Hammerhead, a little bit quicker down lane, very, very similar bowling ball, $134. This is the cheapest the Hammerhead has ever been. Kind of crazy that a hammer bowling ball is getting this cheap. It just must not be getting any love either, unfortunately. Both of these are really good bowling balls. I'm a big fan of both of them. Unfortunately, they are just dirt cheap, which means they're probably not doing well sales-wise. Next to them is the Rockstar at $150. This is a really good price for the ball. It's kind of been staying at this $150 range for a while. This is my personal favorite ball in the bag right now. So if you need something that you need to like polish up to be a shiny solid, I highly recommend the Rockstar. That's how I have mine. Rolls really, really good. Ask Chris Vi if he likes his Rockstar and he'll tell you to buy like 12 of them probably. But overall on this list, which ones should you look at? I still think the GB5 Solid is just such a crazy good deal that would be the one to go for, because after drilling, you're probably under $200 depending on your pro shop, which is a great price for a ball that is in the medium smooth category. Generally, these bowling balls are $150 to $180 in price. So being able to get $30 to $60 off is generally pretty decent. I don't think these are really going to go down any more than they are already either. That's the medium smooth category. A lot of really good bowling balls there. Let's move on to medium sharp. We have a decent amount of bowling balls here and a lot of low prices. So again, GB5 Pearl, again, is also $120, and the GB4 Hybrid. All the Game Breakers are $120. If you're a fan of the Game Breaker series, this is a good time to pick them up. The GB4 Hybrid has not been discontinued quite yet from what I'm aware of, but it's down to $120. GB5 Pearl, again, one of my personal favorite medium sharp balls from Brunswick I've talked about in the past, but that one's only at $120 right now. And then the Real Time. This ball just got discontinued. I had it on my top 5 league bowling balls from Brunswick, and it's down to $120. It's not much love for the Real Time. I blame the original Big Time for causing that ball to get discontinued so fast and the price to be low. Overall, there's been a lot of really positive things about that Real Time, though. Moving on to the right side of the list, the Ethos Hybrid recently discontinued down to $136. That is the strongest ball on this list. That one's closest to a medium smooth ball. So if you like the No Doubt series, this Ethos Hybrid could be a good substitution if you want to spend like $30 less or not throw a Radical ball or whatever it may be. If you want to stick to just Brunswick, $136 for that ball compared to what the No Doubts are. That could be a decent deal. If you need something between your medium smooth and medium sharp, that'll be a good play. The ball was good. The Ethos line was good. It just nothing flashy about it, really. When Brunswick has almost 100 bowling balls released every single year, it's hard to be flashy out of all of them. And then the Crown Victory. This one's the big one. We talked about it last month. I thought it was going to be just a weekend deal where this ball was on sale, but it's on sale again for $134. Out of all of these, while I love the GB series, I love that Real Time being cheap, this Crown Victory being a weaker medium sharp bowling ball is going to be a great option. If you didn't get the High Road 40 deal that was going on last month where they were like $115, this is probably going to be your next best bet for something similar. So if you need something quick, this Crown Victory is going to be a good play. Overall, I like these 5 deals quite a bit. These are 5 of my favorites on it, while the Strong Smooth, the Rally, we don't really care all that much about. The Strong Sharp wasn't anything too eccentric. Medium Smooth had some good stuff. Medium Sharp, I think this is probably some of the better ones on the list. So if you need a medium sharp ball, here are some good options. Again, Brunswick only. Storm is kind of making bangers right now, so they don't have much that's on sale. Moving on to, whoopsie, there we go. Moving on to the Weak and Smooth category. That was from last month. And the urethane, but we have no urethanes on sale right now. The New Blue did get discontinued, but that ball did not go down in price. I think it went up in most places. People probably wanted to grab a New Blue before they were gone for good, was my guess. And then the Rattler NUs are kind of disappearing now from a lot of stores. It's harder to find 14, 15, or 16 pound versions. But the Turbo X, $130. This isn't an insane deal. I think this ball was about $140 originally, so it's down about $10, but really this is an awareness check for you guys that the Turbo X is slowly going down in price. This is one of the only weak and smooth balls from Brunswick, the other one being a Vibe, the Arctic Vibe. So Brunswick does not like their weak bowling balls, and they keep going down in price little by little by little. So if you need a cheap weak and smooth ball and you don't want to go with a Max Thrill Solid or Hybrid from Motive, then this Turbo X is probably going to be your next best bet if you want cheap. Because unfortunately, the Storm bowling balls being really, really good in this slot with the Ion Pro and the Ion Pro Solid, they're $200 each. Then the IQ Tour is like $170. So those are all very pricey unless you get a hustle. So if you want a little more budget ball, this Turbo X is out there ready for you. So this one, again, isn't a crazy deal, but I wanted you guys to be aware of that as being one of the better weak and smooth balls that is actually a little bit cheaper. Then finally, weak and sharp category, we have the Typhoon, the Lightning Blackout, and the Anger. This is again a copy paste from last month. These were deals that were going on for prime deals that were early in October, but these deals are continuing around. The Typhoon is about $120, Lightning Blackout $110, and then the Anger is down to $124. That ball did just get discontinued. There must still be a lot of them out there because the price just keeps slowly lowering. It's lowered about $12 since last month. So will it get even lower? Maybe. I'm honestly not positive. This ball is kind of an enigma to me. I thought it was doing well. Apparently not. So we might see that price get a little bit lower, but $124 for a high RG, high diff ball is pretty decent because that ball is so unique. Out of a lot of the weak and sharp category. A lot of this category, like the Lightning and the Typhoon, each have diffs of like 0.25 to 0.40, pretty low, where the Anger, I think, is closer to that 0.50 range, but it has that super high road-esque RG of like 257 or something crazy. So out of these, I like the Anger deal the most. The Typhoon, I think, will consistently be at this price. That's going to stay around for at least another year and a half because Storm and all the companies don't really get rid of their entry-level weak bowling balls that often. Lightning Blackout, very hit or miss. Some people adore it. If you want to play straighter, good play. If you don't want to play straighter, don't get a Lightning Blackout. But out of these, I like the Anger the best. Again, these are the only Storm balls on the list. However, if you're a Storm fan and Motive fans, I'm so sorry. Your balls are never on sale. They are. The Pride Liberty is sometimes on sale right now, but it's actually out of stock in a lot of places, which is odd. Let's move on to the bag and shoe portion of this video. This is an extra segment that we added for the people trying to find decent shoes, decent bags out there. These prices heavily rely on the tariff situation going on. So these prices are all over the place. This is as of making this video what the prices are. That is on November 6th is when I'm recording this. So these prices might change depending on where the tariff situation with China goes. Generally, it is said in the bowling world, this is the lowest these prices are ever going to get. So if you want these at the price they are, I'd recommend buying it sooner rather than later. But let's go through all four of them. The three shoes I have on here, I want to say, are interchangeable shoes. So they have interchangeable bottoms to them. None of them have the BOA system. They're all ties. They're all laces. But you're getting interchangeable shoes for basically $100 or less. The Hammer Diesels are $120. These are regularly $180 to $200. I don't know why these are on sale. I'm guessing Brunswick is coming out with new ones soon. The Dexter SST8 knit charcoals. The SST8s are all around that $200 price range. The knit charcoals are just super cheap, I'm guessing because of the price. If you want that old school bowling shoe look, that's going to be a good option for you because it still has the modern tech on the bottom of that interchangeable technology. The KR Strikeforce TPC Alpha Gray and Red, God, shoe names are so long, but those are kind of surprising. I'm a big KR Strikeforce guy. I love my KRs. They're really good. The TPC series is generally their top series. And then the Alphas are a little more like tennis shoe or basketball shoe-esque looking one. I don't know why they're down to $85. There's a couple other colorways that are at like $95 to $100, but the gray and reds are dirt cheap right now at $85. Like I said, interchangeables on the bottom. So if you get a couple interchangeable pads with it, you're still under $150 total for a brand new pair of shoes that'll last you a couple of years. So if you're looking for a new pair of shoes, Black Friday and now might be the right time to be looking. And then I wanted to throw a bag on here. The 2-ball tote from Storm is the lowest one right now at $48. I wasn't finding anything close to this. There's a Vice one at about 53 to 55. Even though I have 2 of the Vice ones, I like the Storm ones a little bit better just because the Vice ones are a little boxier. These Storm ones aren't as boxy. They're very slim. So I would recommend these. They're just a little bit easier to carry. The Vice ones, I kind of get caught on everything. They have a weird pouch on the side. I'm not a personal big fan of it, even though that's the only 2-ball bag I own. But with that, those are all of the deals going on for early November 2025. Let me know down below if you guys see any other deals that are going on in the bowling world right now, because I want to be able to share the wealth, share the love with everybody here. We want to be able to help each other get those prices a little bit lower, try to buy those deals, try to be able to save a couple of bucks for this bowling season. And with the holidays coming up, you might have to buy a lot of presents and gifts, so it's going to save you a couple of bucks there. Now, again, this video, there weren't any extraordinary deals, but Black Friday is coming up, and we will have a special Black Friday video coming up either on Thanksgiving or the day before Thanksgiving. One or the other, we will have the video up for, probably be Thanksgiving Day. That will have our Black Friday deals going live. But with that, thank you guys so much for checking this out. Make sure to like and subscribe for the video. It helps me out an absolute ton. Helps me continue to make these copper drops and helps me spend some extra time trying to find the best deals on the internet right now. And then again, shout out to bowling.com. Huge thank you to those guys for providing us with a couple extra deals that are going on. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. I will see you on the next one.